Hi, it's Jess here from Nigezza Creates. Thank you for joining me today. So I've got a little Christmas project for you. This is my weekly challenge that's going to be in junk journaling for everyone. We're making 6 Christmas things every week. There's 5 Saturdays in September, so that means on the last Saturday make a 7th, or at one point make a 7th, and you'll have 31 things at the end of September ready for a December daily, or just, you know, a Christmas journal or whatever you want. So I've made 4 so far, all the same. That one's a little bit smaller because when I ripped the page out of the pad, it didn't rip properly. It sort of ripped the top off, so I just made that one a little bit smaller. So the little envelopes there, my thoughts are, imagine this is a page in a journal that they would sit over the top of a page and put a little paper clip to hold it in place. So you'd see that on one side, which is nice and pretty, and then on the other side of the page you'd see that, and you've got a little tag there that opens up. You've got journaling on the back and bit of decoration underneath, and you can take it off, and then underneath you've got a big space for journaling. So that is the idea of them. They're all a little bit different because I use different papers. This one, because it was like green, I just added, this is piano roll underneath to put the journaling on. Little tab there to show that you need to sort of lift it. And then on the back, again, another tag. I didn't decorate that because I thought the paper was so beautiful. So all made from a piece of 6x6 pattern paper, and then just a few extra little bits from another sheet for the decoration. So there we have this one. I didn't add any paper to this one because I thought you could write on that. You can see the lines. I thought you could write on that without any worries at all. And then that's how I've decorated the back. The basis of the tags are a vintage book, and I've added piano roll to some of them because if you've watched my crafty haul, you know I've got quite a lot of piano roll. This paper was very busy, so again, some more piano roll. I liked this. The piano roll I've got, it's got this sort of like red mark on it and these dots, which I thought went really well with this busy paper. So I like the look of that. And then on the back I used the bit of piano roll that's got the slits in the background there. Thought that gave a little bit of interest there. So really super simple and quick to make. So I'll just leave them over there. I've used this paper pad that I got from a charity shop haul. It's by Kaiser Craft. No idea when this came out or whether or not you can get it at all, but I got it in the charity shop. So, and I really liked it, and I thought the colours were really good for the original tags that I made. So it gives us, and I'm going for like a traditional vintage Christmas sort of theme, so I thought this went really well with that idea. So I used that sheet. I've used that sheet. There were 6 different designs, so that was perfect. Pick 2 out there. This design I haven't used, so I'm going to use that today. This design I haven't used, I'm going to use that today. Use that one, and then we're back to our 6. So these are the 2 I'm left to make. I thought I'd do that one with you just in case you've got paper that's a bit like that you think, well, I don't know what to do with that. So I thought, we'll see how that works out. And then I just got a couple of sheets that I have used to sort of add tabs and things too. So I'll keep those Keep those nearby. I've got like a pile of things here that I'm using to sort of decorate. I've got the die cuts that I used before, bits of piano roll, I've got some stamps, I've got some book pages that I have glued 2 sheets together for my tags and things, so they're all there ready. I've got various punches. Yeah, so let's get going. I'm now losing space. There we go. Chuck you down there. I've zoomed in a little bit further today because I've literally got things out on the periphery that I need to use. So if you've got a directional pattern, thankfully on the back it's not really directional, you want to put the directional pattern on the inside. Otherwise, if you do it the other way around, they'll be upside down. So that's got to be on the inside. Likewise, those red things are directional, so that's got to be on the inside. The back, it doesn't matter. And also, with the way it turns out, you want the pattern to be on the inside, the busier thing to be on the inside, to give you a nice little sort of look there. Or actually, you might decide, I think that one was the prettiest, I put it on the envelope flap. So, but there was a little directional there, so that was another main reason for that. So it's just whichever you like, whichever you want to see there or there is how you go. So we want to, these are 4.5 inches across, so we want to cut 1.5 inches off here. Obviously you could use digitals. You could cut your 12 by 12 paper down. You could change the size. I just happen to have a 6 by 6 inch pad. So that is what we're doing. So we'll do that again. I'm hoping that I keep that. I do. That's very lucky, Jez. That is more by luck than judgment that sits like that. Right, so this is what we are going to do. So with this bit, I want to find the center, so I'm just doing a little pinch at the top there where the center is, and we just want to fold this down. So I'm putting my fingernail there where the center is and sort of pulling it down, but I'm not gonna crease it just yet because I want the other side to meet, and it doesn't, so I must have done something wrong. I struggle with this. Some people can just pull them together without even creasing and they meet, but I can't. There, so shall we do that? That seems to be about right. But then I find it's not actually straight, so that's where I struggle. I struggle with the fact that I come down and it's not a right angle. But it's okay. So then we just fold it over and I make sure that those 2 sides meet down there, and I fold. It is just by eye, so it's not an exact measurement, but it's so you've got an envelope-ish front. They're all slightly different sizes, and then you've got a plain back. I do love that design. There we go. So that's that. So shall we see that one more time? So find the center. Now what helped with this one is you've actually got straight lines. It might help me if I actually drew a straight line. There, that one come down. That's a little bit better. It's not perfect. You never want perfection. There we go. Line them up on the side, and that's that. So that's our little faux envelopes. Okay, so that's what we've got there. So you could do all 6 like that, and then I'm going to come in with my corner rounder. I'm using my smallest corner rounder. I have a small one and a large one, and I'm rounding all the corners. I didn't do this on the first one. I just did the bottom on the first one, and then afterwards I decided that I'd do them all, and then halfway through I decided that I'd do these ones as well. But these are all up to you whether or not you want that look or not. I liked it, so I did it. So I am filming this on Monday morning. It'll go out on Saturday the whatever. It's Monday the 11th today. 12, 13, 14, 16th. So it'll go out on the 16th. And I'm exhausted. Yesterday went to I did go to a yard sale, but I was actually helping my friend run a store. She helps out with a local charity, and so one of the store that was outside her house was for the charity. And yeah, all day in the warm and the sunshine. We were shaded by a tree, and interacting with people and people buying things. It's quite exhausting, really. Right, the heat makes it hotter. So we are gonna, this is optional. I like to ink everything within an inch of their lives, but if you don't want to, you don't have to. It's your project. You do what you want, and depending on the paper that you use will depend whether or not it's a vintage looking thing like I've got, or you could go more modern if you wanted to. So I just love the vintage look. Love it, love it. So I was very lucky, and I managed to pick up 10 vintage, some antique books. Paid £10. They weren't quite £1 each. I bought them in different stores, and it was just, some bundled them together, some had a separate price, but it worked out that I walked away basically with 10 books for £10. I was very happy. I haven't filmed that yet, and I have a few charity shop haul things that are already filmed for going out, so it'll be a few weeks before you see them, but they are gorgeous. So yeah, so I hope those of you who have been having the heat wave, I hope you've managed. I love it during the day. It's just at night time, it's just unbearable to sleep. I did sleep better last night, but the night before I hardly slept a wink. That was also probably due to the fact that I had to be up so early on Sunday morning to go and help my friend set up. And yeah, it's mainly old clothes. There was a few things as we were putting them out that were a bit sort of stained. When people donate stuff, I was like, why would you donate clothes to a charity that's dirty and stained? I just don't understand. It's like, wash them first, and if they're actually really stained, who do you think's going to wear them? It's just, so some things were like, no, we can only bin those. And there was one fancy dress outfit that was being binned, and my friend said, can you salvage any of that? I said, oh yeah. So got a pair of scissors, and I just sort of took off quite a bit that I could use on it. So that was cool. Right, so that is the inking. So sort of ready. I'm going to ink the other one, but I'll do that speeded up. So that's all inked up and ready. So the next thing is to put the pocket on the back, and so for that I used the offcuts. So what I did was I just turned it round and used that bit as the offcut, and that works out quite well. It's nice to have those little sort of stripy bits, or I could do that bit. Now this should be roughly about 3 inches. I say roughly because it's been quite up. Well, that's almost exactly 3 inches. What's that one? Yeah, so they're both almost exactly 3 inches. So we're going to come a little bit shorter than 3 inches. I'm going to come down. I might come down. Should I come down a 16th? Yeah, a 16th will be enough for our pocket, and then we're going to round the 2 corners so they then sit in there. That's that. That we'll use to decorate the tag that's going to go in it. This one, I think we will have the busier bit. As our pocket, yeah. So that's that bit ready, and then we want our pocket. So I've got a bit of book page that I have sewn together, stuck together. So as it's going to be, it's 1.5. Yeah, so that's the size of the pocket, but we've got glue in. So I went to about 2 5/8. I think was the size, yeah, that I felt would go in. It is 4.5 inches long, so we're going to go 4. So we'll just cut that end off, and that is the size of my tag. So 2 5/8 by 4, made them both about the same. So then I've got bits of spare for other things, and I rounded all the corners. So you could make all your tags all together in one go. You could do them as a masterboard. I decided to do them to decorate individually. Oh, I've gone proper ski whiff on that one. I might make another one. Don't like it. Don't like that. We'll make another one. So I'm going to ink round all those edges, and I'm going to cut another one because that's just not usable, and then we'll start decorating. So that's them all done. So then we just need to glue these on. So we're just going round 3 sides to glue them down, and I will test that the tags can go in before I decorate, because otherwise it'll be a bit of a disaster, darling, if I don't. And that reminds me, so when this is aired, it'll be Strictly starting tonight. Obviously I'm filming this on Monday, so got a few days to wait, but do love Strictly. You know, it's autumn and Christmas is on its way, because Strictly will see us right through to almost Christmas, and then we'll have the Strictly Christmas special as well. So if you aren't in the UK, you might not know what I'm talking about. So Strictly Come Dancing is its full name. We just call it Strictly, and it's a dance competition, ballroom and Latin American, and you get a celebrity and a professional dancer teamed up. Some have never danced before, some are absolutely rubbish, some are astounding and you can't believe that they're not professional dancers. And it's just lovely, and it's a lovely journey, and you get to see celebs, you know, that you've maybe watched as actors or sports people or commentators or comedians or whatever. And yeah, and it's always fun. I think in America I have a version, it's called Dancing with the Stars. It's exactly the same format. I've watched a bit of Dancing with the Stars sometimes, even as we even share judges. So I think it's a UK show that America took over. There we go. So yes, very exciting that that's starting, and probably Dancing with Stars is starting in America as well, because I think they do them at the same time, because some of the judges used to sort of fly across to do both shows. So there we go. That is the tags all ready, and then they need decorating. And you will notice, oh, that one's a little bit, I did that one a bit differently, but let's take this one. So I used the cut off bit, and I use that to decorate. Now this one's directional, so it's not really going to work, so I'll probably use that side to decorate. Likewise this one, I'll use that, well no, actually, because likewise that is the back being decorated on that, and that one is going to be the pocket bit decorated on that one, because that's uppy downy, unless I did it uppy downy, or if I swapped them over, I could do that and do it sort of uppy downy, because it's got quite a, so I had a choice between having that as the back of the tag so it could write on, or the front, but the fact that I kind of made most of these fairly plain on the back, and I stuck paper on that side, and that gives it a bit more because this is, although it's 2 pages, they're really fragile pages. Yeah, I might do that. I might do it that way. The curly head was shaken. To sort of look at some of these words and make sure. I asked why they tried to kill this, Charlotte. Carving knife. Yeah, we won't have anything about killing people with carving knives. Yeah, so I think we might do that, and then we'll have a little bit of this that we can cut off. So that's what we're doing. And to decorate, I've used, so I have a Christmas tree punch, so I've used that, and I've used different die cuts, and I've used this leaf. Now I think with this one I think the leaf is a good idea. So I only want the bigger leaf. I think that would look good with those leaves. This one, I might do a Christmas tree on that one. Yeah, liking the way that's looking. Yeah. And then on some of them I added a sort of a Merry Christmas word. Some I stamped directly on. That one I did a bit of stenciling. Oh, I lost my word completely there. Completely lost my word. That one I put a bit of piano paper on. Might put a bit of piano paper behind there. Actually, I've got some little strips that were left over. So I could do that. And put that on there. That'd be quite nice. Yeah, I think I like that. And then we might put a little Merry Christmas on it. I say I can stamp it on a bit of paper and stick it down. I think that one needs a bit of a Merry Old Christmas going on there. And I do like, there I poked a leafy behind it. Let's get another leafy. Yeah, like that. And some of them are then decorated on the pockets, but we'll decide about that in a minute. Let's move them out of the way. So I want to round the corners, of course. That one needs trimming down. And I didn't dig them out, but I've got sort of all my little scraps left over from previous. There we are. And yeah, and I just decided, oh well, I've got these, because I kind of want everything to sort of marry up together a bit. So on my original I used some of these same die cuts, and that I'm using on this. So they'll marry up together, and I could have used some scraps, but I was like, the box was like far away, and I was just like, no, I need to tidy my room desperately, and I'm sure you've heard me say that quite a few times, but I do, I'm desperate. But I am working on getting, I want to get my September videos finished this week so that I can do a bit of tidying. And I've got a little breathing space before I need to think about October's. So that's that, apart from the word I'm going to do. So these need cutting down. So I'm going to cut about that much off. Ish. Yeah, so we're going to cut about 1 inch off. Yeah. And then might do that. Might cut that. Might just cut it where these loop-de-loops are. I might cut it so that going down the end of a loop-de-loop. Yeah, I think I might do that around these corners. And then I want to, where's my blending brush? There it is. Give those ends a bit of an ink up. So let's stick this down. I did stencil over some on one of the tags. I think I'm just going to leave it plain on this one. So put that there a bit. think I might do it that way, on a jaunty little angle. So there they are, like so. They're going to have tabs on the end, so that one's going in. It's going to have a back on it yet, so that's going in there like so. That one's going in there like so. Might put a little bit of glue under those ends of those lacy bits. So colour of the tag, I think, I'm not sure. So where's my other little bit? So don't want that side, so I think a red tag maybe on that one, and a yellow, green one on that, green one to match that might be what I want. I used my rounded tab punch for it. Yeah, and what I did on the outside I did on the inside, so I think this one definitely needs a red. Yeah, and this one a green. Yeah, so I want 2 greens, please. There we go. Not much of that left. So that's my little tabs. Folding them over. I know I've got a bone fold around here. And then of course they need ink in, ready to be added. Yep, that's all 4 of them. So we will ink those. So that's them ready. I can't remember. So that's the red ones. That's the green ones. So I'm gonna stick the back on first. So that's, I can stick the one in the middle on. And then I'm gonna get the backings to the tags ready. So that's that one. Get this one. So now we're just going to put something on the back. So I have been using piano roll, and I've also used coffee dyed paper. Right, go there. Up to about there. Right, we'll take this down. That go in there to there. We'll rip that down there. Up there to there. We'll rip it along there. So that's that piece done. And then on this, actually, it might not matter that it's ripped because, yes, cooking on gas, it is actually got on the ripped edge. It's got a section there. So go down there. That's cool. A bit like that. Marvellous. Yeah. Liking that. So ink these little bits. Oh, I need to check. Yeah. So if you do it like a mass make, it's slightly quicker. Cut all your pattern paper up. and make your tags, rather than what I did was I made them all up individually. This was much quicker. So with all these layers now, that's turned from quite a flimsy tag into an okay tag. So I want to just put dots of glue under here because it's going in a pocket. We'll stick our tags on, make sure we're doing the right one. So green on that one, red on this one. Eyeball for the centre. This is going to match the tree, which may be a bit too much matchy-matchy, or maybe a nice little touch. So we've got that and that one. So little Merry Christmas. I've got these couple of strips, which should be perfect for stamping Merry Christmas. I've kind of done it the same on all of them. Little Merry Christmas here. And piano roll is a little bit, it's a bit shiny, so it's like non-porous, so that the ink just sort of sits on the top. So it doesn't dry as quick. So I just add a bit of tissue. You can see where I've done it before there on that tissue. I just like a bit of blotting paper. Don't know if you can still get blotting paper, but it would be really useful sometimes. It's quite like one of those vintage things where they kind of rolled over, didn't they, to blot ink. That'd be cool to have, wouldn't it? Because I'm into so much vintage. That'd be really cool. Right, I'm gonna ruler rip this. I don't think that's going to rip quite so well, so I might finger rip it. There we are. Again, I've done it again thinking, oh, these would make nice Christmas cards. So giving me some ideas for Christmas. I was thinking I might not be inspired to make Christmas cards because I've not really made many cards of recent time, but now I'm thinking, oh, actually I might just make a load of vintage Christmas cards this year. Yeah, liking that. So obviously these need inking. And then I'm just going to glue it down in place. Like so. And then on the back, I think I'll just put a bit of holly leaf. I might stamp it off first, actually. So it's not so dark. I have one coming down the top corner. Yep, gonna just make sure it's dry, because again that's piano roll. So this one is popping in there. Might need to do a little bit of gluing still on that bottom one. Oh, and maybe that top one. So what I've got to decide is, do I need a little something on there or not? I think that's quite busy enough. I think that's pretty. I think I might just leave it. So that is that. Looking at the front, so we have to decorate the front. So what I did on the front was I have this lovely button punch that punches a button and embosses it, so it looks like a button. Like so. So a nice green one on there, and I think we'll have a red one. It's hard to see this one because you can't see underneath. Yeah, got that one. And I've just noticed that this is upside down. That should have been on the inside. That should have been that way. Nobody told me. Nobody told me I was doing it wrong. Oh well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That's the way they're going. So we're just going to ink round these buttons. Quite disappointed I did that one the wrong way round. Still, in junk journaling, we often have things upside down, round the wrong way, etc., don't we? So it's no great drama. It's just not what I should have done. Oh well. Oh well, indeed. There we go. Getting quite a mess here, soz. Yeah. I love this little punch. UK watchers, I got it from Hobbycraft years and years ago. I'm not sure if they still do it, but I think I got it in the sale as well, which is always good. I was going to put a bit of thread in these buttons, but I didn't, so that was that. So, and then, I mean, this was what I did initially, and then I thought, actually, I want to add some decoration on them. I felt that some of them looked a bit plain and a bit bare, so I wanted to add a bit of decoration to them. Scrunch them up in the corners. So those two are pretty much the same. That's piano roll punched, and that one's a bit of ribbon. Where's my other one gone? That's your tags. Oh, there it is. And that one, I've punched some of the pattern paper and added a bit of a ribbon. So what might we go for here? Maybe I'll do some of that lace again. So this is some lace trim I got from a charity shop that's got sticky on it, but it's all come off. So I'll just pull it off. This sticky, it's quite white, so I just went over with this to age it a bit and just stuck that on. I just used colour. It worked. It stuck down. It stopped going anywhere. Went along the edges and then around a few bits in the centre. Stick it down. There's something on that I need to get off. No idea how long I've been now, because I've stopped and started for speeding up bits. So don't know how long this has taken. I'm going to leave that to dry a bit before I cut it off. Now this one, I think we're going to take a strip of piano roll. Want a nice clean straight edge to go in the punch, so use this nice punch that I got from a charity shop. This is now fast becoming my favourite punch. that to go on top there. Yep, and then a bit of a strip on it. I might take that bit of green. So what I did was I took my deckled edge and just made a little tiny strip. Go along there. Yep, like that. What I'm going to do, instead of inking it all individually, I'm going to stick it down and then ink. Be much easier because it's really thin. This is really delicate. This is the way we're going. So we'll pop that across there, a bit away from the edge. There we go. There's a bit there that's not come out. There's my poker tool. You're hanging on. I've just realised that I cut that without putting anything behind it. Before I was cutting it with another sheet of paper behind because it was so thin, but that seemed to cut okay, which is very rare for when you're on camera. If something could go wrong, it will go wrong when you turn the camera on. So I might have done a minor disaster with having the paper in the wrong orientation, but that didn't go wrong, did it? There we go. And then we'll just snip the sides off. You start crafting and then just like very soon you've crafted yourself into a 6-inch square. Sometimes you don't even have that much and you end up crafting on your knee. I'm sure other people can relate to that. I do try when I'm filming to keep it clear so you can see what I'm doing. I am never ever going to be neat. It's just not part of me. Really just isn't. So now to ink those sides, I'm coming in, get as much of that glue up that's oozed as I possibly can. There's my little rubber. Probably not visible to you, but it is to me. So now I'm going to come in with this there, and that's inked it up, which is much easier doing it with a dauber. I'll just do the edges. There we go, so that's that one, and then I need to snip these edges off. So there's those done. And the journaling bit, it's a bit busy, so I covered that. So I went again to my piano roll. I like this section here. Right, so basically I want a 3-inch square. Kind of measured that and it's about 3 inches. So if we put a 3-inch square in there, we'll be kind of all right. So let's neaten that up. So 3 inches from there is about there. There we go. 3 inches from there is about there. And then that one we'll just check. Yep. So we'll just take that little tad bit off there, and that little bit off there, and that is our little bits on the inside. And I could do it on that side so it's completely plain, but I like seeing the little markings from the piano roll. There we go. So stick that in the centre. Stick that in the centre. There we go. So that's that bit. So that should now, I would ordinarily leave that to dry a little bit longer before I folded it, but I'm videoing, so I want it done. And then I just fold it a little bit back on itself and ink along there. There we go. And then some of them I've looked and thought, does it need decorating? That one doesn't. That one's a bit plain. I might decide to put something on that. And I could, if I wanted to tie the front in with the back, do that same pattern on there. But we're going to leave it like that. So the last thing I did, you could now call that done, finished. But I decided to decorate the little tabs by putting eyelets and then tying something in them. And then I did the same on the tabs, on the edges of the tags. So that's what we're going to do. Just so you can see the full process of what I decided to do. If you want to do the same, of course you can do whatever you want. So I took my smallest hole and I find getting these smaller eyelets quite difficult. I got some silver ones ages and ages ago, and I've just had them soaking in some alcohol ink, and they haven't been that successful. I did it in a quicker way than I normally do it, but there we go. Shove them in. I find them fiddlier to use. There we go. Give it a squeeze. So that's them done. So then it was just a matter of what am I going to put on the pulls. Some of them I've just put a bit of thread. The first one I did, I put a bit of ribbon. So I have some nice red thread and I have some nice green thread. So I think I might put the red with the green and the green with the red. See the other options that I did. Oh, I kind of went green with green. Oh, and I went, so, oh, should I do it that way round? Yeah, let's do it that way round. So I just took a bit of thread, did it different ways when I was attaching them. I'm just going to simply poke that through. Gonna double knot it. To make sure it don't come undone. And then tie a bow. So I'm going to do this 4 times on each of the tags and on the pull. on the inside. And rather than torture you with me trying to tie a bow, I might do off camera. See, this is what I want to spare you. There we are, got you. And then once you've pulled it, and then I have to pull these sides in before I pull it tight, because otherwise we're going to lose them. We don't want to do that. Pull tight again. There we go. We have pulled tight, and then I make it a bit smaller. Pull tight again. There we go. Trying to get my loops the same size. There we go. That's that. I did then double knot, but I'm not double knotting today because, as I say, it's just a bit of torture, that. So that is the finishing touch. So I'm going to get the others done and then we'll show you them all finished. So they're all finished, and I discovered that using the green linen thread, it was much simpler to tie a bow. I think a lot of the problem with this one is it was really thin. So that's how that's looking there. Open it up and close it down, and that is the threads on the back. So that is my 6 envelopes ready for my December daily or just a Christmas journal. So that is this week's challenge over on Junk Journaling for everyone. So hope you like that idea. Hope you'll give it a go. Come and join us in the group and show us what you've made. Okay, hope you like that. Give me a like and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Press that button so you can see when I upload projects. And I think tomorrow, because this is Saturday, tomorrow will be a charity shop haul. Okay, see you again soon. Bye for now.